you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I love making things with wood. But here's the thing, woodworking creates a ton of dust, something that my wife's not too happy about. And if you're not careful, that dust just gets everywhere. So I've gone on a bit of a mission to try to fix this problem. And guess what? I found a solution. So I also love 3D printing, and I managed to find this 3D printable dust cyclone online. You can attach it to a 20 litre bucket, and that's about 5 gallons for my US friends, and it's supposed to catch most of the dust before it reaches your vacuum cleaner. Now there's a couple of reasons on why you'd want to do this, but for me my vacuum cleaner just uses bags, and the problem there is those bags get filled up pretty quickly and you go through your packet of bags pretty fast, and it's just a bit of a waste of money. So this way I can just keep on emptying the 20 litre or 5 gallon bucket every time it gets close to being filled. So to put this together, first up I downloaded the 3D print file, and I'll drop a link in the description if you want to try this yourself. And then load up my printer, and after a few hours, like I think this is one of my biggest prints, probably I think it was about 18 hours or so to do this. So putting it together, the design's pretty simple. You have the top bit, you have a ring which goes on the underside of the bucket, and effectively you put bolts through and join those two pieces together, and then you can screw the top attachment to the bottom part. Once it's all together, you put the vacuum hose into the top, and that was a little bit loose, so I actually put a couple of rounds of duct tape onto the vacuum hose, and that's made a nice snug fit on the top. And then for the new vacuum hose, what I did was actually I managed to find a pull hose. So the pull hoses they use for, you know, the little robots which go around and clean the bottom of the pool, or you have those sort of vacuum scoop things, and so it was most economical to buy one of those, but you get it in 10 meters. That was far too big, and so what I managed to do is I just cut that down to about 2 meters, took the end of the hose from the end that I cut, and then reattached that into my 2 meter slot. So I did have to print an attachment to join the vacuum to the pull hose, and that was just a simple cylinder that kind of worked pretty easily, and just allowed me to attach the hose in the Cyclone. So this is something you can design and print pretty easily in Tinkercad. So once all that was together, it was time for the moment of truth. Does it actually work? So I fired up the vacuum, and I actually have this bag of wood chips that my wife uses on the garden, so it was a great way to test this by sucking up the wood chips and seeing what was left in the bucket. And I was going to say to my surprise, but not really to my surprise, it worked really well, and the bucket was full of chips, whereas the vacuum cleaner had none in there. Anyway, so I'm really happy with the final result. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber already, take a look at my channel. I do all sorts of things with art and DIY, mainly focused on resin, but I'm branching out into different areas and art styles at the moment, so it could be of interest to you if you want to follow along my art journey. So until next time, thanks very much and keep creating.